Alright, and we are live here on YouTube for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from the Rockingham Speedway returns. Sorry about the bad intro there. I really hadn't thought about what to say. So here we go. We are here and ready though. Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm just getting my TV set up. That's like the one thing I hadn't gotten done, but we will be ready to go. And hopefully they aren't already on track and rolling by the time we get in there. According to all the on-screen graphics, they haven't dropped a green flag yet, which I would have been really shocked if they did. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So yeah, welcome on in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Let's go ahead and get this one. There we go. FS1. Alright. Alright, so there we go. Yep, Rockingham. The classic old school track. NASCAR has not been there for over 10 years. This track has been essentially an inactive, almost forgotten about racetrack. And hey, Dumb how's it going? Hope all is going well. Hey, well, I certainly have not been. I've been feeling a little under the weather, but we are here and we are ready for this one. Welcome on in the third race of the Triple Truck Challenge. Whoever wins today's race will get 100, or highest winner or highest eligible finisher. So highest full-time driver essentially will get $50,000 if it is either Daniel Hemrick or Smith getting their second win of the season. Then that bonus goes up to $150,000 for the race winner. The $500,000 bonus is off the table as no driver has won the first two, so they can't go and go for the third win to try and go for the Triple Truck Challenge to complete that. But there we go. We are set up and ready for this one. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got 8 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us as we are getting ready for this one. Again, we got 2 days of racing. Didn't Johnny Benson, if I'm not mistaken, I think Kyle Larson is actually, ironically, the most recent winner at Rockingham. Maybe Johnny Benson got the most recent Xfinity Series win, maybe, but I'm pretty sure trucks it was Kyle Larson in 2012. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, let's go ahead and Google that just to make sure I'm not wrong, but I am pretty sure about that. Let's see. Last Rockingham winner. Okay, so yeah, Kyle Larson 2013 won at Rockingham Speedway, so there we go. So yeah, so Kyle Larson in 2013 is the most recent winner at the Rock. So there we go. We got that all set up. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. They are getting ready for this one. So there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, just sorting through some stuff as well as we're getting ready to go. Oh, nope. I want to pull the camera down. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so they're getting ready for opening ceremonies. Oh, last Cup race. Oh, very possible, because Cup race I haven't heard anything. let's see. So in 2014, second. All right, let's see. Rockingham. 2004. Alright, 2007. Alright, what was the last cup race? Okay, so that's a Cup Series race in 04. So, assuming that the 04 race is the last time Rockingham had a cup date, say it was the finish between Matt Kenseth and Casey Kane, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is your most recent one. So, again, I could be wrong, but yeah, again, just from what I'm looking at, because 2004 was quite a while ago. I was barely around at that point. So there we go. Just closing out of a couple tabs that I don't need to open because they are a little taxing there, and there we go. Alright, but yeah, I'm excited though to see that. As I say, this track is always one of my favorites to kind of see races at. So there we go. Alright, so they've done the national anthem. Everything else is all set. And yeah, we're just going to get ready to go. So, go. You saw some unsleeved NASCAR cards I could sleeve up at some point, but I think I'm going to save the soft sleeves that I do have because I don't have a ton of penny sleeves. Let's see, we got more NASCAR cards there. Boom. And some football ones there. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. While we wait for this to get going, let's go ahead and plug this thing in and see if we can get some let's see if we can get a pack opening going. No. I'm not trying to put the computer to sleep. Alright, there we go. Looks like we're all good. Alright, let's see. Scene 3. There we go. And activate. Boom. Alright, that's pretty close to perfectly lined up. Alright, so there we go. And what do we want to open first? Alright, we got... you know what? This mega box has been sitting here for a while. Let's go ahead and do it. Actually, no. I'm gonna save this for. I'll save the football stuff I've got for NFL draft because we're gonna be streaming the NFL draft. You know what? Hey, let's go ahead and do some Pokemon. So we'll go ahead and open up some Pokemon while we're waiting for NASCAR to start. So here we go. Journey Together, the newest set. This is actually, I believe, the first ETB of Journey Together I've opened. I do have one stashed away in my sealed collection. Alright, so there we go. And that is what it looks like. We got the booklet with all the cards in the set. Alright, so there we go. Pop that out. Should be able to get the packs out nice and easy. Alright, there we go. That's 7 and that's 8 and 9. We got 9 packs, so there we go. And they're back from commercial break, so we might have to give that a pause. We'll see if And say my guess is that they're going to do the command to start the engines here, and then we will be on a little bit more of a break before we get going. So, and here we go. All right, here we go. They're going through Rockingham's history, so let's go ahead and see what the history is. So Richard Petty and Mark Martin tied with 11 wins at the track. Oh, so then yep. So 4,383 days since the last win there, or since the last race there. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so yeah, there we go. Hey Kenneth, how's it going? I'm doing good today. Yep, let's see. Let's go racing and have earlier Easter. Not sure if that was meant. Oh, there we go. Trying to do WrestleMania stream for all of us. When is WrestleMania? Because I have no idea, and I have not say it would be the first time I've ever watched wrestling. If I was to stream WrestleMania, if you guys really want to see it, I can try and make a stream happen if it isn't overlapping with the Xfinity race tomorrow. But again, it is just going to be down to the fact that I'm going to fully acknowledge that it is not going to be my strength because I have absolutely no experience with it. So there we go. Alright, let's see what we got though in this first pack while they're still doing pre-race stuff. We got Kamala, Torkel, Coughing, Shuppet, Lavencia, Lon Marowak, Lily's Pearl, Reggie Rock. Oh, we get a fur art rare. There we go. That's a cute card. Alright, so we get a pull in the first pack. There we go. Yeah, I know it's this weekend. I just don't know what days and times, because... Yeah, let's see. WrestleMania. Oh, we got Frankie Underwood doing the command to start the engines here for the trucks. WrestleMania. Schedule. 2025. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Maybe I should have put in TV schedule. Is it on TV? Okay, so it's 7 p.m. tomorrow and Easter Sunday. And it's on Peacock. Okay, so it's Peacock exclusive. With tomorrow's race, that might be a little bit of a tight one, but I also don't know how important day one is compared to day two. I don't know if day one could make day two completely boring. If day one doesn't matter and day two is the only thing that matters. So again, let me know what from the what from WrestleMania you guys would like to see. If you guys would like to see me attempt something, but again, I know very little, and I will fully acknowledge that I know very little. So there we go. Electric Energy, Stunfisk, Bombardier, Parasect, Cupita, Grimmsnarl, and this PP up. We get Pelipper, Torchic, Watrell, and a Amoonguss EX. Alright, not bad. Alright, so 2 packs in, and we've gotten 2 pulls here so far. Alright. So yeah, so the only thing I really know is that I know John Cena is going for the belt after his heel turn or whatever. When he ended up turning into the villain or whatever it was at the most recent event. So, and again, this is just going to show how little I actually know about wrestling. not opposed to trying it, but again, just be aware that it will probably not be my best content. So we got Dark Energy, Hops Corvus Squire, Sigilith, Millie, Pancham, Bennett, Pangoro, Grimmsnarl, Pangoro again, this time a reverse foil, Bennett, and a Hollow Wailord. Okay, first pack without a hit in it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so again, we're opening some packs while we were waiting for the Truck Series race to start. Again, Jake Garcia and Chandler Smith will be on the front row when we do get started. They just fired the engines a moment ago. So this will probably be the last pack before the start of the race, but we will open the rest of the packs throughout the stream during stage breaks and whatnot. Alright, we got Water Energy, Geodude, Audino, Comfey, Centrit, Hops Bag, Ben's Klingklang, Sanaconda, Pupitar Reverse, Blinkalone Reverse, and Hollow Noivern. So, 4 packs in, and we are a 50-50 hit rate. But, yep, they have got cars on track, so let's flip back over to the normal layout, and we will be getting ready to go. So, Chandler Smith, the defending winner, he won the Bristol race the last time we were out. So, there we go. Should be a good one. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve up the furry card, but yeah, that is such a cute card. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, I love Furret. Furret's such a cute one. Alright, let's see. Sleeve, there we go. Alright, we got that one sleeved up. And we are ready to go. Alright, we got 12 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your very valuable Friday afternoon here. Again, cars are rolling on the track and we will be getting ready to start. Again, as I mentioned, Jake Garcia, the pole sitter, Chandler Smith on the outside. A track we haven't seen in a long time. Could give some edge to the less experienced drivers who, where everybody has next to no experience. Connormosack and Ben Rhodes will be row number 2 there, as Ben Rhodes got pushed off the front row by Chandler Smith, who had the final qualifying run of the afternoon. Layneriggs and Bailey Curry will make up row number 3. So, it's a pretty, pretty normal lineups for the Truck Series, which is a little unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that with the Cup Series off this weekend, I thought maybe some of the Cup drivers might try and start in, say, the Truck or Xfinity races, although I don't know if they were even allowed, considering, again, there is 0 Cup Series drivers in the Truck or Xfinity Series race. Stuart Friesen going to the rear of the field. That's a bit of a storyline. We do have Parker Kligerman starting on the outside of row number 11. Then we got a little bit further back, starting in row 17, friend of the channel, Stephen Malazzi, who we had the interview with a couple weeks ago. That was a great chance. You guys should still check out that video. But yeah, of course, unfortunately, he wasn't able to qualify. Cody Dennison, who I think is in another one of the Rayoum brothers' trucks. His truck didn't even get a chance to make a lap in qualifying, and Frankie Muniz, the other RBR truck, also qualifying outside the top 25. So there we go. We're getting set and ready for this one. We got 15 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys again for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here. We're climbing our way towards 3,000 subscribers. But yeah, there we go. Qualifying for the... Oh, Stuart Friesen, yep, hit the wall in qualifying out of turn 4, trying to hang it. Trying to hang in the throttle as hard as he could and just scrapes the fence. And that's going to be what sent him to the rear of the field. So they're getting doubled up, which means this will be the time for Stuart Friesen to drop from 20th back to the back of the field. So his best finish of the year, obviously, was that runner-up finish where he and Kyle Busch dueled it door to door down the front stretch at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the race win. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, I don't have any NASCAR cards, unfortunately, to open today. Wish I had some NASCAR cards that were handy, but I wasn't able to find any, so there we go. Lights are off in the truck. We're ready to go. We're going to be ready to go back racing. So there we go. All right, so again, Jake Garcia out in front of the field. This track, 0.94 miles, so a little under a mile, just barely under a mile, really. And here we go. So the front stretch, ever so slightly shorter than the back stretch, but again, this track not one we've seen in any sort of recent times. It's gonna be a 200 lap race, 188 miles. Stages 1 and 2, both 45 laps. On the final stage will be 110. Estimated pit/fuel window will be 80 to 85 laps. Although, again, at a track like this, the tires will be the question mark as to can the tires last 80 laps? We'll get to find out. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are racing here at Rockingham Speedway. All right, so there we go. Yeah, Rockingham, Jake Garcia starting on the outside line here, down through turns 1 and 2, onto the back straightaway. And here comes Chandlersmith, the defending race winner at Bristol. He won last week. He's looking already to try and take that lead. He's going to lead lap 1. No, Jake Garcia led the first lap. Never mind. I guess I must have been seeing something. But, yeah, they're showing Jake Garcia as having won the battle of the line. And, yeah, here comes Chandlersmith on the inside, still trying to hang it in there. Layneriggs in the other front row motorsports truck making a move, and caution flag flies behind. Connormosack goes around, and Connormosack already in some trouble. And we've got ourselves a interesting start to this one. Caution flag on lap 2. So yellow flag runs here on lap number 2. As we're working our way through this one. And, yeah, so far, though, Jake Garcia was able to hold on to onto the lead lap for both of those first two. So there we go. All right, so Tyler Ankrum ended up tapping the wall there, and that's what ended up happening. So there we go. Some sort of weird glitch going on with the Fox broadcast today. But yeah, Ankrum came right up behind Corey Heim and just lost all the air on the front of his truck, went up into the outside wall, it looks like. I mean, not really sure there was much more he could have done, because again, and yeah, there's what happened. So Connormosack on the bottom of the 40, underneath the 44, Bailey Curry just slips on the bottom of the racetrack and ends up wiping out Curry. So yeah, there we go. I got both streams synced up, and we are ready to go. Again, we are chilling out here. But only 4 laps in, and we already got our first caution flag here. Benrhodes, Ruggiero, some of the other names up on the side of this one. Luke Fenhouse in the 66. Again, this being one of those tracks where even the most experienced drivers, outside of like Matt Crafton, really don't have the experience at this racetrack. So, for the majority of these drivers, this racetrack is all brand new to them. So, curious to see what ends up happening. They go to commercial break. And let's go ahead and open up some more packs. So, there we go. We got our 2 pulls there. I see a lot of people pull that for art rare, so I'm not sure it's an overly valuable card, but we'll look up the values later probably. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got Grass Energy, Minchino, Pedalil, Pillow Swine, Cute Pant, PP Up, Electrode, Hops Bag, Ben's PP Up Reverse, Hops Corviknight Reverse, and a Butterfree Hollow. Alright. So, and only 2 hits through the first now 5 pack, so hits are coming back down to earth a little bit here. But I quite like this Journey Together set, you know, when it comes to cards. Maybe not as many cool pulls as as some of the older sets like Evolving Skies or Chilling Rain, but the hit rate is actually pretty solid. Say while opening them, you'll find pretty consistently you'll find pretty cool looking cards, even if they aren't the most valuable things. They look cool for a collection. All right, so here we got Psychic Energy, Coopfant, Lombre, Squovet, Matang. We got Copperaja, Ben's Castle, Winkaloni, Alolan Graveler, Reverse Pancham, and Holographic T-Tar. Alright, 3 packs left. Alright, 3 packs left. Can't show the actual race, but when we get back from commercial break, the top 10 will be on there. And actually, there we go, coming back from commercial break right there. But yeah, I can't show the actual race for copyright reasons, but yeah, we'll be. And here we go. Pace truck is off. We're ready to go back racing. So here we go. Jake Garcia and Chandler Smith out on the front row. Green flag is out, and we are back to racing. The 2 front row motorsports guys, both on the bottom lane. Kind of surprised that Garcia would choose the outside, although it did work for him to be able to hold the outside on that first restart. Chandler Smith up the inside, though. He was giving a very hard chase for the first 2 laps there. And here we go. Garcia off the top line is able to clear Chandler Smith through turns 3 and 4 and to the start-finish line. Garcia is able to clear for the lead. So Jay Garcia out in front of the field here. 8 laps completed here. But he's got both the front row motorsports trucks, Chandler Smith and layneriggs, looking behind him. And Ben Rhodes appears to have caught a little bit of wall there. No caution, but he has a tire rub. And it is a major tire rub. He's going to need to find his way to pit road here shortly. Kenneth, I will answer that question in a moment. But here we go. And currently the 98 of Majeski trying to find his way through the middle of the field. While the 07 of Sammy Smith running this race to try and get some experience for the Xfinity race tomorrow. As the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be racing here as well. And the 15 of Tanner Gray in the black tires. In the black tire car. Also having some major trouble. But yeah, that is a massive tire rub for the 99. I mean, he is going to have to try and find his way to pit road here. And if I'm the rest of the field, I kind of want to keep him. I want to try and force him to stay out on the racetrack here. And how long does... and he ends up on the outside as he comes by the pit lane exit there. Or pit lane entrance there. So he wasn't able to make a move to pit road there. I'm curious as to what you end up doing in that situation. But here we go. Stuart Friesen making some moves through the field. He's moved up 11 spots since that start of the race. So he's making about 1 pass a lap, which is a great pace for him. Him and Corey Heim both making some good passes through the field. But again, I'm just curious as to how long this tire for Ben Rhodes is going to last, because with the amount of tire rub coming off of that thing, I can't imagine he'll make it too far. But yeah, so again, right now, Chandler Smith and Riggs both hanging on to 2nd and 3rd place here, but it looks like Garcia starting to pull away a little bit. Could this be the opportunity for Jake Garcia to maybe find that first win? So here we go. We got the 52 of Stuart Friesen trying to find some more cars to pass here as he's coming up on Tyler Ankrum and the one of, who's in the one car this year? I cannot for the life of me remember who's in it. Who's in the one car here? That's Brandon Jones, who's also making contact into the fence. Goes, who is that? Another car just behind Ben Rhodes. Just went and smacked the outside fence pretty significantly there. And I say, not sure who it is, and I didn't see tire smoke down the back straightaway, so whoever it was, maybe they got away with one, but that hit certainly did not look gentle with the outside wall, but and I say, I'm sure we'll get to see a replay of it here shortly, but here comes Timmy Hill looking at the inside. Hill looking at the inside of Truck Series champion there in the 99, so looks like the 99 might win this one off the corner here. Alright, so there we go. Oh, come on. Stephen Malazzi pulls his truck to the garage, and another mechanical issue for Stephen Malazzi. That is an unfortunate one there, as he's pulled his Rayoum Brothers truck into the garage almost every single race this year with mechanical issues, not even with contact. So, he is currently 5 laps off the pace. All right, so there we go. We got Corey Day up into the knocking on the door of potentially moving into that top 10 here. He and Sammy Smith both driving those all-star cars for the Spire Motorsports team. Curious to see how they end up doing. Here comes Connor Mosack up the inside on the 99. And here comes Nathan Bird in the 02. There's a name we haven't really called out much this season. I feel like I've seen him in the car quite a bit, but I don't remember the last time we actually mentioned anything really about Nathan Bird. But here's the replay of that I wanted to see. Yeah, so whoever that was got a significant contact to the to that wall here. Couldn't see who it was. Looked like could have maybe been and hard to really tell. And again, that one replay, I only kind of caught it at the tail end of it, but something's happening, and that is gonna have to be a pit stop here at some point for Ben Rhodes. He's already down to 28th place, so clearly isn't making up ground here with whatever pit stop strategy he's got going right now. All right, so 21 laps completed here. Again, we've got 45 laps in stage number 1, so plenty of time for some of these drivers to make some of these comebacks, but so far it looks like Jake Garcia has just figured out this track sooner than everybody else. Chandlersmith and layneriggs have both fallen to almost a full second back of the leader now, which again, as he starts to stream further and further away, it's going to make it harder and harder to catch him. And there we go. It looks like almost everybody now has passed the 99 at Ben Rhodes. And they go to a commercial break, and it's a full screen commercial break. Great. So we don't even get to see what's going on the track. We can try and keep track of what's going on with the positions on the racetrack, but I think the biggest thing is just going to be this waiting game as to see if Chandler Smith is able to close in any of that full 1 second gap between himself and Garcia. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit further, see if we can figure out. Could it have been Hemrick? I don't think so. I think it was someone further back in the field. But yeah, so Ben Rhodes is now officially a lap down. Nathan Bird, Corey Day. So Jake Garcia starting to lap some people here. He's about to lap Spencer Boyd next. And then Timmy Hill, it won't be long before Timmy Hill gets passed by the leader. As I say, they're all currently turning 24 second laps, while the leader is turning 23 eighths. So, as I say, the back half of the field is going to be in trouble here. Again, Spencer Boyd officially now a lap down. Timmy Hill only about a second out in front of the race leader. So again, race leader Jake Garcia making quick work of the lap traffic, and he has still managed to lead every single lap of the race so far, all 28 of them. And Caden Honeycutt makes a pass on Layneriggs. Can't wait to see what happened to cause that, but there we go. Caden Honeycutt able to get past Layneriggs, and based on the gaps, it looks like Layneriggs is really falling off a cliff in terms of lap time. And there we go, a 23-3 for Jake Garcia, as he is closing in a hurry on Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill currently sitting 22.9 seconds behind the leader, and the leader is turning 23 threes to 23 sixes here. I mean, again, Timmy Hill is going to be under attack, in a matter of moments here, as they are closing in even more so on this battle for the lead. So there we go. They've got a course for NASCAR going on, and we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, there we go. Hey, Ford for Life, how's it going? Alright, you're here right now. I'm assuming you're talking about, are you at the track? Because if so, really cool. I wish I could have been at this track. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at this race, so I'm going to be settling for a different trip in a couple of weeks, which again, there should be a video announcement tomorrow. Tomorrow around the start of the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. There will probably be an announcement video over on my second channel, Ryan Dyer Gaming. But there is some plans in the works for something over there. Pretty big. So there we go. Alright, so there we go. Again, Jake Garcia, we're just coming back from commercial break, so we get to finally see him tracking down these race leader, these guys that he's trying to take off the lead lap. So Timmy Hill officially off the lead lap. Tyler Ankrum in 23rd is the next driver that he is going to try and pick off here. And again, if Jake Garcia can lap all the way through the field, I mean, that will be impressive, but there we go. Chandler Smith has been able to close back in on Jake Garcia, though, through lap traffic. So, again, Chandler Smith able to close back in. 12 laps to go in the stage. There's plenty of time for Riggs here to potentially try and get into the mix as well, especially as these two get to racing each other. Alright, so there we go. 34, now 35 laps complete. We're coming up on 10 laps to go here, and oh man, the 18 runs way up the track. Looked like maybe a potential tire up there. Maybe he was the car that smacked the fence down the back straightaway. I thought he was further back than that, but maybe I was wrong as to where he was. There we go. Down goes Tyler Ankrum, and Jack Wood will follow him down in one lap. Connormosack will be the next car then under the attack, so here we go. Here we go. 9 laps to go here. Looking the inside. Here comes Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith making a move up the inside here. And let's see. So there we go. Chandler Smith not able to complete the pass, though. And Layneriggs right back to the inside. So Layneriggs going to battle with Chandler Smith as they go 8 laps to go. 8 more times around. Alright, your top 8 Pokemon are Charizard, Squirtle, Pidgeot, Bayleaf, Noctowl, Torchic, Turtwig, and Chimchar. Alright, yeah, I did a top 10 ages ago, but I guarantee my opinions on almost everything have changed since then. So, It might be a time for an updated one. Again, maybe that'll be something I'll put out on my gaming channel. But yeah, here we go again. 7 laps to go. And Caden Honeycutt, he was in the 4th position here. No, he's still in the 4th position. Sorry, he's up to the 4th position here. I thought that was him slowing down the front stretch there, but no, that was not him. But again, right now Garcia holding on to a thin lead here, but only 6 laps to go now. 5.5. 5.5 more times around here. Garcia hanging on to a razor thin lead, while layneriggs and chandlersmith are taking swings to try and dethrone him from that top spot. Alright, so here we go. 5 laps to go. Garcia's making a pretty good run here, and layneriggs not able to complete a pass yet, and seems like every time Garcia gets really close, he ends up getting checked way up and ends up all over the front bumper of chandlersmith in 3rd. So maybe this one will be, maybe Garcia will be able to hold this one off. And oh, somebody's really slow. Let's see. All right, 3 laps to go. 3 more times around here. Garcia hanging on to that lead. He's running up the track, though, and layneriggs has the opportunity to jump up the inside here. All right, here we go. 2 laps to go. layneriggs versus Jake Garcia as they take 2 to go. 2 laps to go here in stage number 1. layneriggs looking up the inside, and he is going to complete the pass here on Jake Garcia. But it is not over yet. 1.5 laps to go in stage number 1. First, we got to wait to see if Jake Garcia can retaliate, although it looks like he may have spent most of his tire wear trying to lap those cars. And it looks like layneriggs out in front of the field as he takes the white flag. 1 lap to go in stage number 1 here. 45 laps. 45 laps, and it's all going to come down to who can get by Jake Garcia quickest. And the answer is going to be no one. Jake Garcia battles back on that outside, and he will maintain 2nd place. But layneriggs will get the win here in stage number 1. Garcia, Honeycutt coming out 3rd. Chandlersmith dropping to 4th, and Corey Heim 5th. Giovanni Ruggiero 6th. 7th will be Majeski. 8th, Tanner Gray. 9th, sammysmith. And rounding out your top 10 is Luke Fenhouse. Alright, so there we go. We got that one, and we are chilling out here. Again, hopefully everybody's having a good time. During these, during Yellow Flag commercial breaks, I will be pivoting over to the side where we will be opening some packs. Figure it's a good way to try and help keep the stream moving during some of these elongated breaks, and especially if we end up getting any kind of rain delays. So there we go. Alright, let's see if we can get something here from this one. We got a Fire Energy, Sprigatito, Silicobra, Fungus, Daramaka, Kling Clang, let's see, Anaconda, Paparaja, Reverse Foil Alolan Marowak, Reverse Foil Clumfay, and Holographic Zoroark EX. There we go. We at least get a 3rd pull. So 3 pulls in 7 packs. We're keeping about that 50% hit rate. But yeah, if I had to say a favorite Pokemon, yeah, probably Eevee. I think would probably be the choice for me as my top Pokemon. I know it was in my... was that my number 1 Pokemon in that video? I can't remember if that was my number 1 Pokemon from my favorite Pokemon video I made back when I was in high school and back when this channel was still my gaming channel before I actually got into covering sports. But yeah, that was a long time ago. If anyone remembers that video, you're one of the OGs basically. Cause yeah, here we go. Steel Energy, annoy that. Rock Ruff, love that Rock Ruff card. Caterpie, Magmar, oop, no. A Selgor, Loose Pearl, Reedon, Petalil, Alolan Geodude, and Ludicolo. Alright. Well, to get 4 hits in 9 packs, we would need a hit in this one. So let's see what we get. So there we go. Again, layneriggs able to lead the final the final 2 laps of the stage after Jake Garcia led all those laps. I will say I feel bad for the kid because Jake Garcia led so much of that opening stint. I thought he was gonna have it on lock, but it seemed like he just used up his tires too quickly. All right, let's try not moving the energy to the front. I know it doesn't physically change what the cards have inside, but yeah, let's see. Noibat, Geodude, Lotad, Sentret, Ends Castle, Oinkalone, Selgor, Reverse Lish Pearl, Reverse Toedscruel, and Hot Snorlax to round out the packs. That is unfortunate. Yeah, kind of a swing and a miss on most of those, but we did pull the the Furret, and they are coming back for commercial breaks. Let's get flipped back on over to the big camera, and let's go ahead and I'm just gonna Google real quick the Furret again. I'm expecting like a $5 art rare, maybe less, but let's see. Furret. Yep, that was ironically the first one. Come on, there we go. Okay, it's a $10 card. There we go. It's dropped in value over from when it was first charted to today. Dropped about $7 in value, unfortunately. But again, for me, it's just a really cute card, and I love it. So there we go. I don't know if I have any more Pokemon packs in this room. I might need to run it. I know I've got some in the other room. I just don't have my thing of booster packs with me in here because they were. I had them in my travel bag for going up to the local card shop the other day. And here we go, coming down pit road, and we got ourselves. Yeah, here we go. The pit stops are occurring here. Let's see. We got chandlersmith making his stop at the very top. We got Garcia in the middle and layneriggs on the bottom here. The 3 drivers on this one. All right, let's see. Can Jake Garcia's pit crew get him back out in front, or will the Front Row Motorsports pit crews of chandlersmith and layneriggs be able to get them out in front of Jay Garcia? And in fact, it looks like Garcia may be having a really slow pit stop here. Not sure. I'd have to rewatch it to see exactly what happened, but yeah, it looks like he is going to get stuck in really. It looks like it's going to stick him way back in traffic here. Gonna have to wait and see. So Caden Honeycutt jumps up a ton of 2 spots. Infinger up 12 spots. Layneriggs loses 2 spots. Clearman up 9. Curious to see if some of those might be 2-tire calls for some of those drivers. But yeah, again, a lot of those drivers, and it's gonna be a lot of work for to run it back from the front. So here we go. You know what? Between the Mega Box and the optic stuff that I picked up, we can go ahead and do this absolute football blaster for at least some packs to open. I don't even know how many packs are in this one, but we'll see. Alright, just gonna set the bulk cards there. We're 27 away from hitting 3,000. Hey, if we could get 27 subscribers by the end of the month, that would be insane. we're over halfway through the month, so it would take some work, but as I say, it wouldn't be possible to even be this close without all you guys. Again, thank you guys for everybody that's subscribed. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so if you guys enjoyed the content. Again, we've been doing these streams for a couple of years now, and no signs of stopping anytime soon. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so I got the IndyCar commercial May 4th. Unfortunately, I will not be able to stream that as I will not be home. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pop up the cards. So we got 5 packs, and they feel really heavy, so... Or, sorry, 6 packs. That's why they feel heavy, because the 5 of them are actually 6, so... Alright, let's see what the... I think this is the first time I've actually bought Absolute Football, so let's see what we end up finding here. Okay, looks like a lot of cards, so here we go. We get Dalton Kincaid, second-year card, unfortunately, not a rookie. Jordan Addison, another one of those second-year rookies. CeeDee Lamb. Travis Kelce. Lamar Jackson. Devon A-Chain. Myles Garrett. Oh, we get Roman Wilson rookie. And are the rest of these backwards? Okay, yeah, it looks like the rest of these are backwards. So we'll have a Roman Wilson card at the back. Well, we get Isaac Garendo rookie. There we go. We get a Tyler Newbin rookie card. I thought that was Malik Neighbors. Joe Alt, and then there's the rookie card there for Roman Wilson. He was unfortunately injured most of his rookie year last year, but he was picked in the 3rd round by the Steelers. I think he could be something special. So they're coming back from commercial break, and we will go ahead and just kind of, similar to the NASCAR stuff, we'll just kind of, or the Pokemon stuff, and we'll go back and forth between them as needed to help fill time. And here we go. Flashback to 2001, the spring race at Rockingham. I believe this was the first race after Dale passed, right? If I'm not mistaken as to the exact race that they're flashing back to, spring of 01. It was definitely not long after. And there we go. They've got Carson Hocevar out there in the Dale Senior Jag. That's pretty cool to see. Alright, so there we go. The rookie cards set up. So we'll go ahead and get those all sleeved up here. Alright, now it looks like they're getting ready for choose cone time here, so let's see the lights go off on the pace truck. Lights are off, and it is choose time. To the top goes Honeycutt, to the bottom goes the next 2. So it looks like the bottom is slightly favored here by the majority of the field, but the top line goes to Caden Honeycutt, the race leader. He opts to take that top line. Again, the bottom line looking like it's about 2 cars going to the bottom for about every 1 car going up top. So, personally, I would say that indicates to me that I think the top is potentially better. And Matt Crafton's in the garage with some sort of issue, and that is unfortunate, as he has 2 top 10s in the two most recent races at Rockingham. So there we go. We are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got 26 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to tune in for this one. Again, we are currently 55 laps in as we are getting ready. And yep, here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are back to racing. So, yeah, here we go. We got the 9 of Infinger on the inside. Again, I suspect that those guys might be on 2 tires on that inside line, but they are not looking like it on the takeoff here. Layneriggs, I'm almost certain I saw him change 4 tires, so he is up into the 2nd spot trying to take this one away. But Again, I don't know how Infinger gained 12 spots without taking 2 tires, so he's going to have to try and run away from the field here. But again, tires are going to be the question all day. Can they last? How long do they last? But 57 laps completed here. Again, layneriggs is going to try and chase down Infinger for the lead. Infinger currently at about a half-second gap, which he was able to jump out to very early there. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. Again, 43 lap. Garcia led the first 43 out of 45 laps in stage 1, yet doesn't come home with a stage win or a playoff point to potentially take with him into the postseason if he makes it. And Garcia now with contact with the 38. Those two having a little bit of beef there as Garcia ends up passing chandlersmith there for the 4th position. I'd say the contact looked like no harm, no foul type of contact, but you always get worried when you see cars making contact. You don't want to see a fender get pushed in and start rubbing a tire. So here we go. 60 down. Yeah, still 140 laps to go in the race overall. Again, layneriggs just going to be trying to stalk the 9, trying to find any way he can to get by the driver of the number 9 car. Alright. Oop. Looks like I might have run out of hard sleeves. Alright, so again, Infinger out in front of the field here. Caden Honeycutt actually having a really good run here in the 3rd position. He's one of those drivers that has actually impressed me quite a bit watching the Trucking Xfinity Series a lot more recently than I have in most years. So, yeah, Caden Honeycutt is legitimately a driver that has really impressed me. So, there we go. 62 laps complete here. Again, 17 laps so far through this first stage. Through the second stage. We're already over a third of the way done with this first stage. Second stage. Why do I keep saying first stage? First stage is already done. That's old news. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so Majeski, again, currently up to the 6th position. After starting inside the top 10, he's hung around most of the top. He's hung around inside the top 10 most of the day. Him and Corey Heim, I'm curious to see what happens when those two decide to stop messing around and just drive to the front, because those are drivers I would expect to be real race win contenders today. Although Corey Heim, it feels like we say that every single week, but he hasn't. It's been a little bit since his last win. It's been a few weeks since we last called it Heim time. So, say what race will he return to victory lane? I wonder. Chandlersmith looking like he's got some speed as well, though, as he looks to the inside on Garcia. Garcia battles back with him, so that is a really good battle, and I don't know why we're not seeing that on the camera. Come on. And they go to a full screen commercial break instead. Great. Love a full screen commercial break. There we go. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Up to 20 viewers in the chat. Thank you guys again for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us as we are getting ready for this one. Alright, let's see. Again, yeah, if you guys want to see WrestleMania content, again, I'm not completely saying that it won't happen, but I just don't really know anywhere near enough, and there isn't enough hours between now and then for me to feel like I could become actually competent at knowing what to talk about, so Now, if you guys want to see me do UFL stuff, football is at least something I can talk more confidently about because I've watched a fair bit of football. And even though the UFL, I'm sure, has some different rules, at the end of the day, football is football. And I believe they have 3 games on Easter Sunday, so that's something I could definitely do. Just for you to know what you guys want to see because I gotta get graphics done for it if I'm gonna do a football game. That was ultimately one of the reasons why I opted not to do anything for national championship night for when the Gators won the national championship for basketball. Was that I just didn't have a scoreboard done in time. And once Cooper Flag got eliminated, that game got a whole lot less interesting for me as a football fan or as a basketball fan. All right, so there we go. All right, NASCAR ad typically means that that's the last one before we go back to actually being able to see the track. Caden Honeycutt out in front of the field. I'm curious to see what that ends up looking like as the battle for the lead. Him versus layneriggs. It looks like Grant Enfinger is starting to drop like a rock. I'm curious if that 2-tire call is potentially starting to wear on him already. And yeah, there we go. They've got the on-track battle here. There we go. We're back from commercial break. We get a chance to see this one. Let's see what ends up coming of it. So here we go. Let's see the replay as to what happened to the 9 here. Layneriggs looks up the inside. Takes the 9 fairly wide. Gets loose underneath them. And to the bottom of 3 wide. Takes the 45 as the 45 looks to the bottom. And he clears them both. 2 for 1 move. There we go. Good job, Caden Honeycutt. A 2 for 1 move. I said that kid is one of those that's been impressing me quite a bit here. Best Truck Series finish a 4th, but again, I don't think that stops him here. I think he probably finishes inside the top 5 today, and would not be surprised if it's a new best finish for the driver of the number 45 truck. Kligerman up inside the top 10. There we go. Nice to see Parker Kligerman getting some good runs here. Crafton, Carroll, Malazzi, Dennison, and Benning all in the garage. All of them, I believe, with mechanical issues. None of them with and say there was no on-track crash. There's no caution causing crashes, aside from Ben Rhodes, who tagged the fence pretty significantly, and he is now in the garage area as well, as he will be having that thing looked at. But yeah, ultimately though, most of these drivers though are in the garage due to some sort of technical issue and not an on-track incident like we would normally see when drivers end up off the track. So 13 laps to go. Honeycutt out in front of Riggs here. Garcia still in tap. So could Jake Garcia steal this one after Riggs stole it from him last time? Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so 12 laps to go in this stage. Again, right now we're closing in on halfway in the race, which is definitely going to be an interesting point to see. And it says this caution will come with about 110 laps to go for the when the stage ends. So here we go, 80 laps in, 120 to go. And 11 of them will make up the end of this final stage. So there we go. They go to finally a side-by-side commercial break so we can go ahead and actually get a chance to still see what's going on the track, even if we can't, it's not going to be a full screen. Yeah, the fact that they went side by side plus the leaderboards will make that one nice and easy. And again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So 10 laps to go here. It looks like the Alright, so 9 laps to go here. Yeah, we're working our way through this one. Let's see. So layneriggs now a full second out ahead of Caden Honeycutt. Layneriggs trying to put the pressure on him, trying to force him to maybe make a mistake here. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got a NASCAR Truck Series commercial here. So again, 8 laps to go here. Not sure if we're going to see any lapping of traffic, considering the fact that this stage is run mostly green flag. And last time we had a stage that ran this much green flag, they did end up catching the back half of the field eventually. There we go. Trucks at Texas made second. Again, the Texas weekend that will not be available, so. Alright, so 7 laps to go. 7 more times around here. Now 6. 6 laps to go. Come on, we gotta get back from full screen commercial break with 5 to go, right? Back from commercial break, 5 laps to go. Come on. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Looks like they're coming back from commercial break. I'm just going to clean my glasses real quick, and we will be ready to go. But yeah, layneriggs, though, out in front of the field in dominating fashion today. He's gotten out in front, and he has dominated this stage, although he has not caught the back of the field like... Alright, so there we go, and we are chilling out here. Again, right now, Stuart Friesen trying to make some moves here as he's making his way towards his top 10 here. As Friesen, he had to start tailing to the field, and right now connormosack holds on to that 10th spot, and there's a host of cars behind him. Tanner Gregg, Rajah Caruth, Stuart Friesen, all trying to fight to see if they can get that spot back. 4 laps to go, now 3. 3 more times around. Alright, so here we go. 3 laps to go. 3 more times around here. Alright, 2 times. 2 more laps around here. Layneriggs out in front of the field here at Rockingham Speedway. And Riggs is going to be driving himself into victory lane for the second stage of the day already. It looks like, here we go. White flag, 1 lap to go here in stage number 2. And let's see, the 91 out ahead of him, Jack Wood, the 34 of Layneriggs, down the back straightaway. 1 last chance for Lane to try and lap a car, and it looks like Lane. And here we go, off the final corner, and it's going to be Wood stays on the lead lap. 34 takes his second stage win of the afternoon. Yeah, Honeycutt, Garcia, Smith, Heim, the top 5. Majeski, Infinger, Giovanni Ruggiero. Yeah. Kligerman and Tanner Gray rounding out your top 10. Connormosack, the first driver to miss out on points entirely in that stage. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there we go. Let's see what we can get here. Alright, so here we go. We got Josh Jacobs in the Packers uniform. Baker Mayfield in the Bucks. We got George Karloftis with the Chiefs. Josh Allen in the Bills. Aiden Hutchinson with the Lions. Christian McCaffrey with the 49ers. Josh Allen with the Jaguars. There we go. 2 Josh Allen cards out of the same pack. That's pretty cool. And then we get into the rookies. Malik Neighbors for the Giants. There we go. Jonah Ellis for the Broncos. There we go. Quinyon Mitchell, the first-round rookie out of Philadelphia, and ultimately one of the biggest reasons they were able to make it to a Super Bowl. And Byron Murphy, the second, will round out our rookies there. Rookie out of Seattle. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, we're not. Yeah, both Josh Allen's in the same pack. Joshua Hines Allen for the Jaguars, and then Josh Allen, the one everybody knows from the Buffalo Bills. So, all right, let's see. All right, now we got Aaron Rodgers, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, Gardner Minshew, James Cook, Justin Jefferson. There we go. Oh, we got a Brock Purdy before we get to our first rookie card. Rookie Amarius Mims, offensive lineman, first round of the Bengals. Who? Cameron Kitchens, rookie to the Rams. I don't even remember him, honestly, from this one. Xavier Legette, first rounder to the Panthers. And a record of Marvin Harrison Jr. There we go. All right, so that was a pretty cool pack there. But yeah, the Josh Allen 2-pack was a really cool one. I might set those two off to the side. Let's see. Set the two Josh Allens off to the side. And they are back from commercial break, so we will go ahead and flip on over. And we are back here again. Layneriggs has won both stages with a combined 24 laps led. So he has not necessarily dominated this race. I believe Garcia still has the most laps led, but Layneriggs was able to steal the first stage at the very end, and then Layneriggs was able to take this one away after Caden Honeycutt led the first 12 or so laps of this, after Caden Honeycutt and Grant Enfinger combined to lead almost 30 laps, actually, out of the 45 laps in stage 2. So there we go. Chandler Smith already done with his pit stop. Caden Honeycutt just getting to his pit stall. And the 34 finds his pit box as he will go ahead and get his service done. We're going to have to wait and see who's going to be the first one off pit road. Again, the track position seems to be big, but some of these drivers have proven that they can that they have the speed to go ahead and overcome potential shortcomings here. So there we go. Off pit road. It's going to be Chandler Smith up 3 spots. Rajah Caruth up 11 spots. Kligerman, Hemrick, Sammy Smith, and Mosack all gaining massively here. Caden Honeycutt dropping 5 spots. Heim, Enfinger, all and Layneriggs, the other drivers inside the top 10, dropping spots. So that was rough. They're going to another commercial break, so we will go ahead and open up another pack. All right. And here we go. So again, we'll be streaming night 1 and probably night 2 of the NFL draft. So, yeah, we will be definitely saving some NFL cards for that. So let's go ahead and get the we got something big there, but I'm gonna try not to look at what it is because that's the annoying thing about the way they separate these. So I got the veterans and rookies facing a different direction. So George Kittle, Mahomes, Derrick Henry with his Ravens gear, Tua, there we go, Mari Cooper on the Browns, came on Thibodeau. Then we get into our rookies. Theo Johnson for the Giants. Jerzon Newton to the Commanders. Audric Estime, running back that went to the Broncos. Introductions to where's the guy's name? mean, I can tell based on the picture. I'm pretty sure that's Braylon Allen for the Jets. Let me see. And then we got Bucky Irving jersey insert. Let's go. That's pretty cool to get a jersey insert for Bucky. Bucky the Buccaneer. Yeah, so that is Braylon Allen, but no idea why they don't have his name on the card. That is a really weird card. But not really anything that I would consider as a special thing of it. Alright, so here we go. Let's go one more pack here before we get this thing back racing. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so here we go. We got Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens. Jalen Waddle for the Dolphins. Dak Prescott. Garrett Wilson. Romeo Dobbs. Will Levis. Devontae. And then our first rookie, Braylon Trice out of Atlanta. Chop Robinson, first rounder to the Dolphins. Troy Franklin, like a fifth rounder to the Denver Broncos. And then Nick Chubb, not a rookie card, but a highlighting his draft pick, 2018 with the 35th overall pick. It's a pretty cool card. And there we go. They're getting ready to come back from commercial break. We will be getting ready to flip back on over. Separating out the cards that I want to sleeve up. And there we go. We are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, we're getting some pretty cool pulls. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the card openings, because I like them as a pretty cool way to help hopefully fill the time. As especially some of these caution flag periods take quite a bit. So I'll definitely be mixing in a little bit of video game play in the middle, so we'll just have to wait and see what we end up doing with that. So alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, definitely wish I still had some more Pokemon stuff a little bit closer. And I'm just gonna open this last pack here. Yeah. And just see what it is. And we got a loose wheel. The one truck loses the wheel. And that's going to be a penalty there. Oh, I get one. Let's see. All right, so we get Bryce Young, Aaron Jones, Parsons, Saquon, ooh, cool. Nico Collins, Murray, Trevor Lawrence, Renardo Green, Dallas Turner, Bo Nix, rookie card, and we get Rook Arororo. That is one of my favorite rookie names out of the NFL draft from last year. Rook Arororo. Which is made even funnier by the fact that his actual first name is I think it's Okirike Arororo. But yeah. Alright, so there we go. We're doubled up, ready to go back racing though, and we are ready to go. Here we go. Pace car is off. Green flag is out, and Chandler Smith and Rajah Cruz lead them down to the green flag. 100 laps completed, and we are exactly halfway through this race. Half down, half to go here as Caruth and Chandler Smith are going to duel it out here at the start. Kligerman in third here. Kligerman's just going to hang out, hopefully be able to find a chance to try and take advantage of maybe a 2-for-1 pass here if he can find the room. But as I say, he is a patient veteran driver. He is not going to try and make a move that isn't there. But speaking of moves that are there we go. Parker Kligerman finds a way to the inside of Rajah Caruth. He's going to try and battle with him for that second spot. But right now, Chandler Smith out in front of the field, and he's going to try and put some distance between them here. All right, here we go. 102 laps in. And again, time is ticking here, and drivers are all over the place in terms of some of them going forward, some of them going backwards. I'm guessing that some of these guys, again, definitely are not on 4 tires after 2 tires worked seemingly well in stages 1 and 2, but I'm not sure I would have taken no tires to start this stage, considering we've seen a relatively green flag race so far. And I know I probably just jinxed it, but we've seen a relatively green flag race thus far. There's no real reason to assume that you're not going to have a potentially very long run here, from here to the next pit stop. So you're going to have to make whatever tires you've got on there go. There we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so Daniel Hemrick making some moves here. So, and Luke Fenhouse almost loses it. Wow, he manages to hang on to that one. That one's impressive. Luke Fenhouse there, able to make a miraculous save there. And, oh no, it looks like he might have some wheel spin, or not some wheel spin, some tire smoke, but something is not looking quite right with that number 66 truck. Let's see. Does he come to pit road here? All right. Let's see what exactly happened on the replay. So he made contact with the 81 truck as the 81 squeezed him down. Nothing Fenhouse could have done about that. He makes some save. Doesn't even touch the fence. So it looks like if he does have a wheel rub, it was created by the contact between himself and the 81 of Connormosack. So that is an unfortunate set of circumstances. But yeah, so Luke Fenhouse, though, is going to have to try and figure out what he's going to do about that one. Alright, so there we go. But yeah, there's a lot of drivers out of this race, unfortunately. Benrhodes being one of them. Yeah, Benrhodes is out. Matt Craftsman's actually returned to the racetrack. There we go. Love to see that grit and determination, but is it all for naught at this point? Alright, so there we go. Again, we're going to say, so far, Chandlersmith, he's led 15 laps, and we've got ourselves a caution. Caution flag, caution flag. So, say those drivers who took, the lesser tires, now they have a chance to potentially have everybody come in and reset the field, or potentially you could have it be a situation where no one comes to pit road. 110 laps in, though, and it is Ty Majeski. Yeah, there's the damage. Ty Majeski's rear end is completely torn apart. Not sure as to what has happened here, but we'll have to wait and see on this one. There will also be more at the track vlogs of my local home track, the dirt track that I was at last year. There will be more videos out there. I just wait for them to start. Wait for some good weather to finally come so that we can dry out the dirt track and not have a mud bowl or a snow bowl. Because we had snow within the last week, so yeah, racing season up here is definitely a very different beast to what the racing season is all across the rest of the country, especially that southeast where they are racing close to year round. Look at you, Snowball Derby. But yeah, oh wow, so yeah, his car just broke loose while middle of 3 wide there. So yeah, that is going to be the end of the day for Ty Majeski, and that will be an unfortunate way for his day to end. We get ourselves a caution flag, and Hemrick and Chandlersmith, the 2 guys who could potentially earn the $150,000, are currently running 1-2. NASCAR's bank account is sweating just a little bit. I mean, I'm sure that I mean, one, I'm sure Craftsman has paid for this triple truck challenge, but also I'm sure that they have people that will find a way to pay the 150 if it does end up the extra, 50,000 if it does end up happening. So. Alright, so 111 laps. Again, everybody's chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are new here, we go ahead and react to these types of streams multiple times throughout the week. We will be streaming tomorrow's NASCAR Xfinity Series race as well. Hopefully, you guys will tune back in for that. But again, we've got ourselves still almost half a Truck Series race to go. Yeah, this race has actually been going by very quick. We're at a little over an hour on the time clock since the green flag was dropped. And, the fact that we've really only had... And we get the red flag displayed. So we do get the red flag displayed here, but, ultimately, I think that actually... again, the racing has actually been very quick paced so far. Alright, so there we go. Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab some more packs real quick, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, we are back, and we've got ourselves some packs, so we should hopefully have more than enough to fill out whatever this red flag ends up turning into, and plenty more because, again, we don't know how long this red flag is going to go, how many more cautions we could potentially have, so go ahead and get this hooked back up. Alright, I do want to go ahead and get this all sleeved up, though, first, trying to get all the football stuff taken care of before I start messing with the other stuff, so. So, yeah, we'll just be a minute, but here we go. We got 17 people hanging out in chat. Again, thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your afternoon here with us. Alright, so there we go. Next weekend, Talladega, we got Xfinity, we got Cup. We got Cup at, so we got Xfinity at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and we got Cup at Cup on the Sunday. So there we go. Red flag is out again as they go ahead and probably have to make repairing part of the wall there after the impact from the 99 or sorry, the 98 truck. They got a guy going out there giving water to all the drivers, making sure everybody's nice and hydrated, as they can't get to the pit lane to potentially get their next drink bottle. So, and especially under a red flag, these cars get extremely hot. So glad to see them. Glad to see the teams being proactive. The teams and the series being proactive to go ahead and take care of their guys under the red flag. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So there we go. But yeah, the other thing about when it comes to me being able to do content is the fact that work cannot seem to get me a consistent schedule, so it is hard to plan when I'm going to be available to do things and what days I'm going to be potentially free to do things earlier. So if I could get that from work, I would actually be able to hopefully be able to get you a couple of videos a week, but I've not been able to get that this year. Well, granted, again, the videos kind of became more sporadic before the schedule stuff, but yeah, schedule stuff has not helped it. There we go. Yeah, they are still parked, no movement yet, so you're not missing a thing as we are getting ready for this one. They're currently showing Connormosack sitting in the 14th position, and I just dropped my phone. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, it's 6:30, so that means my parents are off at church for Black Friday service. Alright, they're down talking to crew chief of the number 34 car. Alright, but yeah, that is, I think the Rock Out record album looking card for Marvin Harrison was Jr. was probably my favorite card that I pulled so far today. Although the Josh Allen combo is pretty good too. So yeah, so that's Dylan Chapello for the interview there. He is the crew chief for the number 34 car for layneriggs. Oh, come on. Let's say I might be looking to pick up some more penny sleeves as well tomorrow. And yeah, they got a blowtorch out there. We are going to be a minute here before we get back to racing. They've got the blowtorch out. And maybe this is a sign that the track isn't quite ready for Cup Series competition. Because if you factor in that the Cup Series cars are like twice as heavy as these trucks, I mean, it makes sense as to why these Cup cars might not be quite ready for this one. You got to make sure your walls are actually durable enough to handle high impacts. But again, so far this race has actually been very well run. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, we got 22 people hanging out in chat. Again, we are currently under a red flag as we are waiting out this the repairs to the wall for the Truck Series race at Rockingham. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's race. Again, tomorrow's race, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will probably be going live a little bit earlier than that, although I won't be able to go too much earlier because I have work tomorrow, so I got to work my day job. Got to be able to pay for some of this here show, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a pretty good stream tomorrow, though. Casey Kane making his return to the Xfinity Series seat. That'll be fun. Qualifying tomorrow as well. I won't be home for that. I would love to be able to stream a Casey Kane qualifying lap, but looks like I will not get to do that, at least not this year. But yeah, I would love to be able to again stream more, cover more stuff. If I was one closer to the track to potentially be able to go to more races, but also just if I, yeah, if I didn't have to do my day job. But yeah, so there we go. But yeah, we got 15 people hanging out in chat. We got 2 more cards to sleeve up, then we will be pretty much done with the. Oh no, we gotta do the 2 Josh Allen cards as well, and then we'll be done with the sleeving up portion, at least for right now. Again, we're just trying to sleeve things up again, put away before I start opening more stuff. So yeah, and they're now talking about the distance between Rockingham, Charlotte, and probably some of these other ones. Oh, Pinehurst. Okay. Oh, that's where the U.S. Open was held. Okay, I was gonna say, what's the relation to this country club or whatever that they were showing? I thought they were gonna when they said close in Carolina. I thought they were gonna talk about this North Wilkesboro and all and the other North Carolina racetracks that we visit, where they are all very close geographically. They're all like 30 minutes away from each other. Alright, so there we go. They've got the booth, and it looks like we got trucks rolling on track. Yes, the red flag has been lifted, and we are ready to go back racing. So let's go ahead and get these 2 Josh Allens sleeved up. So yeah, there we go. They've got a new piece of wall there welded onto the thing. So there we go. That should hopefully be good enough to get us to the end of the race at least. And yeah, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, that is extremely funny that we pulled both Josh Allens from the same pack. And of course, Joshua Hines Allen is now going by, is including his middle name to help differentiate from the more famous Josh Allen that everybody thinks of when you hear Josh Allen. There's no offense to him, not many people are thinking of Josh Hines Allen when they think of Josh Allen. They're usually thinking of the MVP of the league. And yep, there we go. Ty Majeski out of the infield care center. That is the one good thing that prolonged red flags can give us, is that we get the driver out of the car interviews in much shorter succession. Alright, so I know what we're opening next. We'll go ahead and do a round of Paldean Fate, some shiny Pokemon packs. I feel like that'll be some cool stuff to potentially either end the stream on, or if we get another caution flag. I mean, yeah, the plastic though, while we are again still rolling, they have not gone back racing yet. So again, caution flag is still out. They are pacing, but they are not. As I said, I've not seen any pit stops occurring yet. Which I will say, the box the booster bundles come in is really cute. We got the shiny Pikachu on the front. There we go. Finally learned how to open these things without completely destroying them. We'll set that down over there. First 6 races, I'm gonna say, Majeski has had a tale of 2 seasons already through only 6 races in the Truck Series, and there we go, doing the choose cone. Yeah, Chandlersmith chooses the top side. So far, it seems to be working for the leader to just choose the top side and hope you can ride it out to victory. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. 115 laps down, 86 to go. Again, time is of the essence here. These drivers are going to be trying to race to this checkered flag as quick as they can. I don't believe Rockingham has lights, so we are going to be racing the darkness here at some point. But, yeah, not a lot of time left. As I said, the race is not too far away from getting done. I think we will almost certainly get it in. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are back to racing, and let's see. Oh, man. Alright, so here we go. Hemrick on the bottom, though. Daniel Hemrick able to take the lead from the bottom line here. Corey Heim in 3rd. Layneriggs up to 4th place here. Raja Caruth to 5th. Again, right now, the battle between Chandlersmith and Daniel Hemrick on the outside here, and we've got ourselves a pretty good battle going on. I believe Hemrick was able to lead that last lap, but Chandlersmith leading them off the corner here. Down the back straightaway, into 3 and 4. Hemrick starting to lose some ground. He now has dropped to 3rd behind Heim. And caution flag flies, and oh, whoa, big crash. The 52 of Stuart Friesen's car is destroyed. And oh my, that was a big crash. That was a big crash. The 15 of Tanner Gray also getting obliterated in that one. The 42 of Matt Mills also has come to a stop up against the outside fence, but man, that is an unfortunate set of circumstances to see. Caution flag flies. 83 laps left in this one. And again, first and foremost, we hope every single driver is okay, but man, that was a gnarly crash. That's always concern number 1 when you see a crash like that is for the drivers. I mean, Gray T-boned that 52 pretty hard. The 52 truck got pretty torn up. Stuart Friesen walking away under his own power looks not exactly happy. I'd be willing to bet that it probably wasn't his fault that the car got away from him. And by that I mean I'm guessing that there was probably contact that led to this one, but we'll have to wait until we see the replay to know for sure. But yeah, Stuart Friesen is not a happy Canadian right now. I don't know, is he Canadian or is he American? I can never remember which one he is. Was he born here or was he born in Canada? I know he lives in like upstate New York, which is like the most Canada of U.S. places, which I know I'm saying that, and I live in one of the other most Canada places of the U.S., and we got another red flag. Here we go. Let's see the replay here. So Stuart Friesen following in line, and the 71 of Raja Caruth just loses it in front of him, and nowhere for the 57 to go as the rear end of the truck gets completely torn up, and it was actually Matt Mills who had the bigger contact with the... So it was actually Matt Mills who had the bigger contact there with the 52 truck. So there we go. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm still getting over a cold, so I apologize if I'm not sounding the best, especially as we're getting longer and longer into this one, but I didn't want to miss the race, so. But yeah, that was definitely a gnarly crash again. Glad to see that from what we can tell, everybody's okay. Again, Matt Mills, I didn't see Matt climb out the car yet, so hopefully he is okay. But we did see Stuart Friesen climb from his car and go walk over to the pit wall, so from everything we've seen, he appears to be okay. From the replays, it looks like Tanner Gray did take a much more glancing blow than the initial big hit that I thought he took was actually Matt Mills. So there we go. But yeah, that was definitely a rough one here, and there. So yeah, the 4 drivers involved: Tanner Gray, Matt Mills, Stuart Friesen. Those 3 drivers all likely out the race, and Rajah Caruth, the driver who got loose in front of those guys that ended up setting off the chain reaction that led to this one. And the second red flag of the night, as we are currently under this one. They go to a commercial break, and let's go ahead and flip on over to some cards. So there we go. Should be able to deactivate, reactivate, and we got ourselves a clean slate. Alright, so there we go. Let's go ahead and clean up these code cards. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. So we got some shining, not shining, but some Chaldean Fates cards. So let's see what we can get here. So there we go. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We get a Water Energy, Chaldean Student, Barboach, Woobat, Tana Mouse, Gengar, Technical Machine, Doc's Bun, Reverse Ultra Ball, Reverse Executor, and Hollow Trainer, Professor's Research. That is not a great start, but we do have 6 packs, so we got some time for stuff to recover here. Yeah, we are currently. Oh, they have actually lifted the red flag already, so we are going to be back to racing here shortly when they get back from the commercial break. I wasn't sure how long the red flag was going to last, so I didn't want to end up short. So here we go. Let's try not pack tricking this time. So here we go. We got Execute, Ghastly, Ralts. We got Toad School, Dawn Fan, Atticus, Mousehold, Shiny Squobat. There we go. The pink squirrel. We got a Reverse Hollow Ghastly and an Armarouge Hollow. Alright, well, hey, we got ourselves a shiny. We got one of the shinies. They are still at commercial break, so we are still waiting this one out. Oh, and they are back from commercial break. Alright, well, let's flip this one back on over, and we will go ahead and sleeve up the one pull we got so far. 82 laps to go. Again, still plenty of time, but again, the longer and longer these red flags and caution flag periods take, the more I'm going to start to wonder, do we potentially start to wonder about the darkness? Does the darkness come into play? Alright, so there we go. We got our card all nice and sleeved up. Alright, so there we go. Everybody's coming down pit road. 81 laps to go. Still plenty of time. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Alright, here we go. Hemrick getting some fuel. So it looked like Hemrick came in for fuel only here. Caden Honeycutt gaining 3 spots here. Chandlersmith and layneriggs losing a couple. Zane Smith gaining 4 spots on pit road. Garcia losing 2. Mosack, Brandon Jones, Jack Wood, and Luke Fenhouse. A lot of those guys gaining spots. I'm curious as to the pit strategy here. Again, the tires have not seemed like a very big factor here, so I would not be shocked if we potentially see like another good run and then a caution. I realistically think we could be. I don't know. Could we be good to the checkers from here if we go green? I don't know. That might be a little bit of a push to see us go green from here and have it be good enough. All right, 80 laps to go here. Let's see, what do we got? Again, 14 of us hanging out in chat. Again, thank you guys for every single one of you guys that has spent even just a very small portion of your very valuable Friday here. Again, we got a mosaic mega box that we will be opening next week during the NFL during the draft stream. We'll be holding on to that and a couple of NFL boxes to go ahead and open during the draft stream. Hopefully, the draft stream will be able to be in the new studio, but right now we're kind of at a little bit of an in-between spot to know while we're waiting on this one. So let's see. 80 laps to go. Are we going to see another commercial break here before we go green, or are we just talking? Alright, well, 94 laps since the last pit stop for both Heim and Ruggiero. They both stay out. Or, sorry, not 94 laps since their last pit stop. Sorry, their last pit stop was on lap 94. That was my bad. That was just me not being able to read. So, they pit roughly 30 to 40 laps ago, and they are apparently good to just stick with that for now. Again, I think they are playing on the expectation that we're all going to need to make one more stop, which I think is probably accurate. So I think Corey Heim actually in a pretty good spot here to try and make this one happen. But so far, 9 lead changes, 5 caution flags, 31 caution laps. It's been a interesting race so far. Again, stage 3, we've definitely seen a lot more accidents than in stage. Well, we didn't see any accidents in stage 2, and we only saw the one caution very early on stage 1, all the way back on lap number 2 of the entire race. All right, so Caden Honeycutt back to 7th, right where he started after finishing 3rd and 2nd in the stages. Good job for him. Alright, so here we go, getting ready for the choose cone, and it is going to be, alright, first one to the outside, the next 2 inside, as we start to see them basically pairing off and getting ready for 2x2 racing, and we will be back to green flag racing here in a moment. Alright, so there we go again, 78 laps to go here. We lined up and ready to go, and let's see, what is this one going to provide here for us? Alright, so here we go. We are just chilling out here. So Matt Crafton has made his way back up to 30th. He's back on the track, so he's at least able to circulate and pass some of the guys who are crashing out of this one. There we go. All right, here we go. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are back to racing, and here we go. Down into turn 1. It looks like it's going to be Heim out in front of Ruggiero. Ruggiero to the inside. Alright, so 77 laps to go. They're working their way through this one. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. 76 laps to go. We're working our way through this one. little tired and again a little under the weather, so I apologize if my focus is not perfect here. All right, so we got now Andres Perez on the outside here, Jake Garcia. Those two dueling it out for the 7th position here on track. Again, layneriggs up to 6th. So layneriggs is up to 6th here. I'm curious to see what ends up happening, but Corey Heim is taking the lead, and he is going to try and control what we are going to call Heim time here. As we run from here to the checkered flag, it is going to be pretty much prime time here as we get ready to go. Whew. All right, there we go. Again, down the back straightaway here, Brandon Jones not able to really make much of a run into the 07 car. And there we go. They're talking to the driver out of the infield care center. That is Stuart Friesen. Okay, that is Stuart Friesen here. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. Alright, so again, right now we're working our way through this one. Heim, or not Heim, that's the 34 of Riggs closing in on Garcia to try and potentially take 6 away. Alright, so there we go. We got the 6th place, the battle here, side by side. We got the 13 on the inside, 34 to the outside. Alright, so we got 21 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us as we are getting ready for this one. And right now we got Garcia, Riggs hanging out too. Alright, so 70 laps to go. Again, we're just working our way through this one. Alright, so 70, now 69 laps to go. 69 to go here. We're closing in on the end of this one. Again, Corey Heim going to try and control this one, but 69 laps to go. Alright. There we go, there we go. Heim time out in front of the field. The only driver to lead laps in every race this season. I feel like we bring this up. Well, I feel like we've brought this up every week when Corey Heim leads his first lap of the day. And Corey Heim's still the only driver to have led laps in every single race today. Alright, so 67 laps here. Again, the time is ticking here for some of these drivers. They're going to be trying to make these moves here shortly. Alright, so again, right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, 65 laps to go. Man, come on. Alright, so here we go. Brandon Jones making a move here, trying to make his way up towards the front of the field. He's currently up in the 13th position, advertising for Talladega. And again, we are 65 laps away from the end of this one here at Rockingham. Again, this race, one of the best. 64 laps to go again. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I definitely wish I had some tissues back here. And there's no one in the house to throw them to me, so we are kind of at a little bit of a standstill here. Because I cannot. I don't have any paper towels or anything nearby. Alright, so again, right now, Corey Heim still leads this one by almost a full lap. Oh, he's actually losing a little bit of time, actually, to the 17 of Ruggiero, as he is now down to only... Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, let's see. Who all is on lead lap and not here? Because... I feel like the lead lap conversation is one of those that could get interesting here. And it is 18th on up is on the lead lap. 18th on down is the lap down, which is just insane. Alright, so 60 laps to go. Again, we're just working our way through this one. Let's see. I am going to have to grab some tissues because I am really stuffed up. So, we're currently under a commercial break. I'm going to go run and grab those real quick and I will be right back. Even though we are in a side-by-side commercial, don't really have much of a choice. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. And back before the commercial break finished up. Alright. So here we go. Oh, ended up knocking over just an empty box of cards. Alright, so they're back from commercial break. We got our tissues and we are hopefully at the ready again. I'll have to mute if I'm going to blow my nose, but we at least have them here so I can be a little less miserable and hopefully a lot more lively and talkative. Yep, that's the one complaint I think I get during these streams. The only complaint or question I ever get asked is, can you talk more and be more talkative? I think that's the one thing people always want from me is to hear more of me. Not. It's probably the last thing people want is to hear more of me. Alright, so here we go. Again, last pit lap. Again, Heim and Ruggiero still out there on the track. Meanwhile, Ankrum and the rest of them have all pit in the lap 100 range. So Heim and Ruggiero still haven't pit since the end of the stage. They pit at the end of stage 2. Ankrum last pit. Ankrum and Navenfinger both last pit at the first of the two two immediate cautions that we had back to back, basically. Yeah, and then the rest of the field pitted under this most recent yellow for the Stuart Friesen crash. So, all right, we got ourselves a pretty good race going here. 50 laps to go, 50 more times around. Welcome on in. 21 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here. Very much appreciate it. If you guys enjoy the stream, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. We are working our way towards 3,000 subscribers, currently sitting 27 subscribers away. And here we go. Andres Perez versus Jake Garcia on the racetrack as Jake Garcia goes and makes the pass up into the 7th position. And I think Jake Garcia wants to prove something. He is not, as I say, he sat on the pole. He is the fastest car in town, and he wants to prove it. So there we go. The 38 of Chandler Smith goes and absolutely storms through the field here as well. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Man, I just need to get whatever that was out of my system, hopefully. And again, just getting over a little bit of cold. Again, I apologize if it's not what you guys really want. And hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and get through let's skip around ads for you guys. That way you guys, again, I hate sitting through ads. I know you guys probably hate sitting through ads as well. So we'll skip around to ads and, yeah, we'll keep on rolling here. 155 laps, completed here, 45 to go. And again, Corey Heim, he now has a 2-second lead over Ruggiero. 8.5, almost 9 seconds over Ankrum, and he is now lapped up to 15th place. Nathan Bird in the O2 truck is now lapped down. Connormosack will be the next one to attempt to get lapped here. Although, I think for him, he's going to be attempting not to get lapped, but it is going to be probably a little bit futile because I think Corey Heim is faster. So we'll have to wait and see, but it's going to make it a bit of a race, a bit of a foot race there for him to try and outrun Corey Heim. And again, right now, Ruggiero, 2.5 seconds back. He is going to have to try and figure out something because, again, Heim is way too much like prime Kyle Busch right now. He is going to be tough to beat. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so again, we're coming up on 40 laps to go in the race. 40 laps to go. Again, we know that you can make it from here if you pit. The question is, can you make it from your can the rest of these guys make it from their last pit stop to here? And for that, I have no idea if they can or not. So there we go. I'm gonna just mute real quick. Alright, there we go. And 40 laps to go here. Jake Garcia making his way. He's up to the 6th position. He's going to try and storm his way through the field, but I don't know if he's going to have enough in him to try and really close in the gap that he's going to need to, because it's not really the gap between himself and Riggs that he's going to need to run down. It's that 14-second gap between himself and Corey Heim, because Corey Heim has got a massive lead here. A monster lead. And he nearly did the same thing at Homestead, where he had a late race restart that ultimately didn't go his way. Then the Martinsville race where he got punted out the way and he didn't ultimately get the finish. Again, Corey Heim having a lot of finishes that just don't go his way. 2 wins at Daytona and Las Vegas, along with 3rd place at Miami and Bristol with a 6th at Martinsville. He's had a very good season. But the fact that he hasn't won since Vegas, while that's only 3 races ago, or while there's only been 3 races in between now and then, it is starting to feel like a long time. Even though, again, in reality, when you take a step back, he has 2 wins in the first 6 races of the year. But yeah, it is one of those things where a lot of the recent races, again, the late caution at Miami, the late spin at Martinsville, a couple of those could have easily turned into wins if he had just an ounce of luck on his side. Unfortunately, you can't control what happens to you. You can only control how you drive after it. So, and honestly, the fact that he went from spun out late in the Martinsville race and drove it back to a top 5, almost a top 5 finish, I think that's pretty impressive. 130 races since Tyler Ankram's one and only Truck Series win, which was all the way back in 2019 at Kentucky. So there we go. Alright, so again, right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got 21 people hanging out in the chat. And again, the laps are taken away pretty quick here. 34 laps to go. Is it possible that the tires can go all 110 laps on the set? Because we have not tested this. No. We said fuel could only go about 80 to 85 laps, and we are starting to enter that window. So we are going to start to see them potentially running out of fuel here in the closing laps. Unless maybe Heim just goes and creates some black magic fuel out of nowhere. Alright, so 33 laps to go. Again, everybody's working towards this one. The gap to Heim has shrunk here for Ruggiero, for Ankrum. Yeah, almost everybody's around the entire field. The gap has shrunk. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go again. And here comes Corey Heim. Corey Heim going to come down pit road here. 30 laps to go. 30 more times around. And Ruggiero will stay on the racetrack. And again, Corey Heim coming down for this last set of tires. 30 laps to go. I'm curious because, again, some of these guys last pit at about 80 laps to go. Will they be able to make it 80, 90 laps to go? How far can they make it on the fuel? And will we see more guys coming to pit road now that we've seen it? Obviously, Ruggiero going to be following his... Probably should have just followed his teammate down pit road the last time by, but maybe his team was trying to keep it quiet as to whether or not they were pitting and when they were pitting. But, yeah, so Ankrum, Smith, Riggs, Garcia, Imvinger, your top 5. Perez, Hemrick, Honeycutt, Sammysmith, and Caruth, the top 10. And this will allow some of these drivers back on the lead lap, so they will be able to race for position again. Until Corey Heim goes and laps them in a bit. But right now, Corey Heim a lap down to Tyler Ankrum. That will be something that hopefully Heim can overcome here soon. Again, Corey Heim is a fast driver, and you'd hate to see him stuck a lap down here. Again, at this point, it looks like it's just going to come down to strategy. And at this point, if Ankrum can fuel save it to the checkered flag, we might be seeing a win here for the number 18 car. Chandlersmith still in range as well if we don't see a rise in the for the Toyotas here. The Toyotas of Heim and Ruggiero, specifically Heim, don't come back to the front. I think we could very easily see either a Chandlersmith or a Tyler All right, so 25 laps to go again. Heim is hanging on, and he is going to try and do everything he can to try and drive back to the lead lap. But again, I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on here is that this is going to force this one. So now, again, they want to try and force a... so they want to try and force Ankrum and some of these other guys to consider pitting here late in the race. And it is possible that some of them might need a gas and go pit stop. But I think the rest of them are going to be good. And that is going to make that really tough to believe. Andres Perez, though, up to the 6th position. Again, he's working his way through this one. The 9 of Ankrum out in front of Finger. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so the 6th place here, again, is reserved for Perez. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. 21 laps to go. Again, time is ticking here for these other drivers. If there is going to be any questions on fuel, it's gonna have to be soon if they're gonna think about pit road. And here we go. The Craftsman, 20 to go. 20 laps left in this one. And let's see what's it gonna be here. Alright, so again, right now we're just chilling out here. Again, I apologize for not being slightly more lively. Again, just not feeling the best. But we got 19 laps to go. Again, Tyler Ankrum here. 2-second lead for Ankrum. Now, it looks like, are they going to a commercial break? Please tell me we're getting a side-by-side commercial. Okay, we're getting a side-by-side commercial, not a full-screen commercial. I was worried we were about to do a full-screen commercial with 18 laps to go, which would have been insane. I would have not been happy if we got a full-screen commercial. Casey Kane, Rick is racing in the Xfinity race, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. He's racing the number 33 for RCR in the Xfinity Series race. This year's the trucks. We got trucks tonight and then Xfinity tomorrow afternoon. So, yep, Casey Kane will be in tomorrow's Rockingham race. I wish he would have done both. If he had climbed into, say, that Spire 07 truck that Sammy Smith has up in the top 10, I mean, that would have been a really cool thing to see. Or even any of the other ones. Maybe, someone like the Bill McAnally team could have expanded for a week. Yep, no worries. Happens to everybody. Alright, so there we go. 15 laps to go. 15 more times around here, and let's see. Alright, so there we go. 15 laps to go here. Again, we just don't know if Ankrum, Smith, or Riggs are going to be able to make it to the end on the fuel they've got. Again, if Chandler Smith is able to win this one and go back-to-back, he will get a $150,000 bonus for winning this race, as he will have won 2 of the Dash for Cash races. If Ankrum, Riggs, or Garcia win it, it will be a $50,000 bonus for them, as it will be the first Dash for Cash race that they have won. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And the 77 of Andres Perez on pit road for fuel. Andres Perez in the 77 truck. He has had to come to pit road now for fuel. And that starts to open up the window. We have got 10 laps to go. 12 laps to go. 12 laps to go here. 11 at the line this time. 11 to go. And we are starting to see some of these leaders starting to potentially have to come to pit road for the fuel. Again, the last pit stop being such a crucial thing here. Again, they are trying to go about 80 to 85 laps is the fuel window. They're trying to stretch this to about 85 to 90 laps, I believe. Although, for whatever reason, I can't get the last pit stop data is not actually showing up on my screen, so I don't have the exact data. But, yeah, here we go. We got the two front row trucks are doing a really good job at just carving up the lap traffic together. Chandlersmith and Layneriggs, they're just carving their way through this one. And again, the throwback to the DGR Crosley team when Tyler Ankrum got that first career win driving car number 17. The same car number 17 that is now become Tricon Garage and is being driven by Giovanni Ruggiero. Or Ruggiero. I have still never really gotten a solid idea as to how to pronounce that one. And, we got 9 cars on the lead lap right now. Ankrum is going to have to pick. All right. If Ankrum's able to hang on and not come to pit road, will the ARCA race be live streamed? Is there an ARCA race this weekend? I was not aware there was an ARCA race this weekend. I know there's an ARCA race at Talladega, which I will not be home for, unfortunately. I don't believe. Actually, wait a minute. Am I home for ARCA next week? Wait, no, ARCA's on Saturday morning, so yeah, no, I won't be home for ARCA. Yeah, next week. But is there an ARCA race this week? I didn't think there was, so. Let me go ahead and look that one up real quick. ARCA Menards series schedule. I could be very wrong here. Let's see. Phoenix to Talladega. Maybe it's ARCA East or West. And here comes Layneriggs coming to pit road. 5 laps to go, and Layneriggs unable to make it to the end of the race here. Layneriggs runs out of fuel here. Fuel mileage. This is the kinds of games we like to see. Again, Tyler Ankrum out in front of the field, but can he make it on fuel? He is doing everything in his power to try and complete this one. There we go. Riggs hooking up to that fuel for a split second. Going to be trying to get this one done. Corey Heim up to the 9th place position for Corey Heim after the pit strategy that did not go correctly here. All right, so there we go. Okay, so there's an ARCA East race. Let me see the race info so I can see what time that is at. 1 p.m. Eastern. I will not be home, unfortunately, for the start of that. So, unfortunately, there will not be a stream for that. But I will be streaming the Xfinity race at later on. And Chandlersmith, he's run out of fuel with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, and now Chandlersmith is out of fuel. Chandlersmith runs out of gas with 2 laps to go. Ankrum still under power here. He's going to come off turn 4. Take the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 more time around here for the number 18 car here. And let's see. Can Tyler Ankrum? He's gotten down the back straightaway. I think he's far enough. I think he can coast it. Off of turn 3 and 4. Tyler Ankrum. Checkered flag in the air, and he is going to win at Rockingham. Ankrum, massive fuel save, manages to make it work. Tyler Ankrum, and he actually pitted earlier than everybody else. So good job, Tyler Ankrum on the win. Jake Garcia second. Third, Daniel Hemrick. 4th will be Rajah Caruth, and rounding out your top 5 tonight will be Grant Infinger, Caden Honeycutt, Jack Wood coming across the line 6th and 7th. It looks like 8th will be, is it going to be Chandler Smith or is it going to be Corey Heim? They have not crossed the line yet, so it could be still Heim. Let's see. Chandler Smith versus Corey Heim. Waiting to see the end of this one. But, yeah, we'll go through the full finishing order. Again, if you guys are just here for the race reaction, that is the race. And Chandler Smith is going to drop outside the top 10. Corey Heim up to 8th place there for the end of that one. Let's go ahead and get this one at least somewhat fired up here, even though it's not going to be perfect. Yeah, because the graphic was made for the other screen and not this one. All right, Corey Heim. Fastest lap of the event was Corey Heim. Connormosack and Giovanni Ruggiero will round out our top 10 finishers here tonight. Layneriggs comes home in the 11th position. So, again, congratulations to Ankrum. Again, we'll go through the full finishing order as we do in every single one of these streams, giving credit to every single driver that found a way to be a part of this event. And, but again, if you guys are just here for the race reaction, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys do enjoy these streams, feel free to leave a like. Subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We'll be live tomorrow around 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern time for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Rockingham Speedway. But until next time again, that's going to be the end of the reaction, so we're just going to go through the full finishing order. So again, Tyler Ankrum, it's been a long time coming for Ankrum to win this one. Yeah, but nice to see Tyler Ankrum go ahead and get the win. And shout out to my buddy Everett at work, who we actually talked specifically about what happened to him, because he was a very promising young driver not that long ago, and he's still relatively young, because again, he was only 17 at the time of that win at Kentucky, and now he's that was only 5-6 years ago, so he's still in his early 20s, so he still has the potential to potentially develop into something. But Ankrum, good job on the win today. Great fuel mileage racing there. Jake Garcia also able to make it home on fuel. Again, Daniel Hemrick, he's already got his wins. Now both Bill McAnally trucks are in the playoffs. That's another big thing that we will have to talk about later. Rajah Caruth in 4th, and rounding out your top 5 today will be Grant Infinger. Caden Honeycutt came home in the 6th position. Jack Wood 7th. Corey Heim 8th. Connormosack in the 9th position. Ruggiero 10th. Again, Layneriggs ran out of fuel and came to pit road for a splash of fuel. So late in the going, he comes home 11th. Andres Perez, 12th. 13th was Chandler Smith. After he ran out of fuel with 1 lap to go. Nathan Bird in the 02, he comes home 14th place. And rounding out your top 15 today will be Spencer Boyd. Nice to see Spencer Boyd still getting some starts here. Sammysmith comes home 16th, driving that 07 truck. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race tomorrow. Brandon Jones, another driver pulling double duty, driving the number 1 truck for Tricon tonight, comes home in the 17th position. He'll be driving the number 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing tomorrow. Tony Breitinger comes home in the 18th position. 19th will be Dawson Sutton, and running out your top 20 is Bailey Curry. The Intimidator comes home in the 21st position. Timmy Hill, a great run there for him. Unfortunately, just not able to really compete for any real spots because the team is severely lacking in funding. Corey Day coming home in the 22nd position. Not exactly sure what happened to him to cause him to finish several laps down, but Frankie Muniz overcomes mechanical trouble to finish 23rd. Again, he finishes about 25 laps off the pace, but hey, he manages to finish. Similarly, Matt Crafton, he was in the garage at one point. He ends up coming back to a victory here for himself, or not a victory, but a 24th place finish, which, considering the fact that you were in the garage very early, I think that should be considered a win for him. Parker Kligerman, he ends up falling out of the race with, I guess, a mechanical issue because, again, we didn't really hear what happened to him. Same thing with Luke Fenhaus. Yeah, he ended up out the race. Those two running out 25th and 26th positions here. Cody Dennison actually managed to get on the track here, 27th for him in the 22 truck. Tanner Gray, 28th, for Tanner Gray. Stuart Friesen coming home in the 29th position after that gnarly crash. Again, glad to see him walking away from that one. Matt Mills in the 30, rounds out the 30th finishing spot. Majeski, Ben Rhodes, a pair of ThorSport teammates out of this race early. And then we have Stephen Malazzi, Justin Carroll, and Norm Benning rounding out your 35 starters here for the race. So that is the full finishing grid. So again, thank you guys all for watching. If you guys have enjoyed these streams, feel free to leave likes. Again, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We are trying to get to that 3,000 subscriber mark by the end of the month, but won't be possible without your guys' help. Ankrum climbs from the car victorious, goes up, hugs his team, and again, we will have tomorrow. We will be talking about the Truck Series standings during the Xfinity race. So again, that stream will be around 3:30 Eastern time. Look for it on the page, and again, if you subscribe and ring the notification bell, YouTube will notify you when we go live. But until next time, I'm going to call it a night. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!